Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to the first episode of Modern Warfare Remastered In Depth. I'm going to be covering this entire game in depth as a completionist because I never got an opportunity to properly do COD 4 in depth. And today we're going to be starting out with the age-old question of Juggernaut versus Stopping Power. Which one is better, which one's going to be more useful for you, and which one actually wins out in a straight-up gunfight. The gameplay you're seeing right now is me using Juggernaut to start off with. I'm running around with the MP5 and RPD respectively, kind of doing a run-and-gun, hip-fire, steady aim class. I'll be swapping over to an AK gameplay with Stopping Power later on as it becomes relevant. So the first thing you want to know is that Juggernaut reduces all incoming damage by 25%. That means damage from bullets, knives, grenades, anything in the game that can hurt you is reduced by 25%. Now, don't make the novice mistake of assuming that means you get 25% extra health. In actuality, your effective health is 133 because you have to take the inverse of 0.75. 25% less damage is not the same thing as 25% more health. You actually get 33% bonus health with Juggernaut, which is very significant. For the vast majority of weapons and situations, this will result in you requiring one less shot to die, so you can basically tank one more shot and keep going. That's why I tend to like it on my run and gun classes. It makes me a little bit more resilient. And moving on, let's talk about Stopping Power. Stopping Power increases all bullet damage by 40%. This means that damage from any type of projectile in the game is going to be increased by 40%, but does not count on knives, grenades, kill streaks, or anything like that. Just some random examples of the two guns that I've been using here as the Juggernaut actually. The MP5 minimum damage is 20, however when you're running Stopping Power that'll go up to 28, that'll be one less shot to kill. Same kind of thing with RPD that has a flat damage of 40, however when you're running Stopping Power that's going to go up to 56, which is again one less shot to kill in your case. The easiest way to remember this is Juggernaut is survive one more shot, whereas Stopping Power is kill in one less shot. There are a few outlier weapons and a few outlier scenarios where either one may not make a big difference, but generally speaking this is true 99% of the time. So now we get to the meat of the episode. What is the effective health of a Juggernaut being hit by Stopping Power bullets? In a head-to-head confrontation, which one is going to win? Well, the Stopping Power effective damage versus a Juggernaut, as in if you are shooting at a Juggernaut and you have Stopping Power, you're dealing 5% bonus damage or you're dealing 105% damage. The Juggernaut effective health against the Stopping Power user is 95, which means that if you're running Juggernaut and somebody is shooting you with Stopping Power, you have 5% less health than you would in a normal versus normal scenario. Or the short version of this is that Stopping Power is slightly stronger than Juggernaut. You get a slight leg up in damage, but I'm going to say that it's not very significant because when it comes to shots to kill, they cancel each other out. In every conceivable scenario except for a few outliers and oddballs when it comes to wall bangs and shotgun pellets and things like that, if you run Stopping Power, you kill in one less shot. If you are shooting somebody with Juggernaut with Stopping Power, they die in one less shot, so they completely cancel each other out. I actually made a graph of this on Microsoft Excel, and I put it up on Google Documents, so you guys can actually click the first link down there in the description and go to this Google document where I show the maximum and minimum damage of each weapon in the game, except shotguns and snipers because they're special. Normal versus normal scenario, Stopping Power versus normal, Juggernaut versus normal, and then Stopping Power versus Juggernaut. And you'll see that in the case of Stopping Power versus Juggernaut, and every single one that I see here, except I believe maybe the M9's a little bit different, it's the same shots to kill as normal v normal. It doesn't make a significant difference, so they basically cancel each other out. But that's not quite the end of this story. While I personally prefer Stopping Power because I like killing people faster, I do, however, prefer Juggernaut on run and gun classes because it allows me to tank more shots and hose people with my steady aim and keep on going, so it's very good for run and gun. However, Juggernaut can also protect you from grenades and kill streaks. So Juggernaut means that you may or may not die from grenades, it's going to take more helicopter bullets, you're going to have to be that much closer to the impact of the airstrike. Juggernaut gives you a few extra bonuses even though it isn't quite as strong as Stopping Power. So you'll see me when I'm doing my Modern Warfare Remastered streams and gameplay. I'm going to run Stopping Power on almost every single gun, except for a few of my crazier classes like rushing with the MP5, you might see steady aim Juggernaut. Guys, that's all for this episode of In Depth on Modern Warfare Remastered. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.